Greetings, I am Shawn Redman, aka the cheesily named Darth Shawn, and last time we talked a little bit about the disappointing aftermath, so I thought we'd talk about something a little less depressing and something that I enjoyed a little bit more. We've gotten a little bit of Tarkin's past in Clone Wars. There's a couple series where he shows up, a couple little sagas, and then again in Rebels. And so I was pretty excited to see where they were going to take him in James Luceno's Tarkin. And as a whole, it really doesn't go to tremendous new places. It gives you a little bit of details on how Tarkin ends up in control of the Death Star, how he becomes the Grand Moff, and those are very interesting things. But where Luceno really makes this book quite good is how he writes Tarkin. He's engaging. He quickly goes back and forth between Tarkin's past and tying it into his current situation and showing what's going to happen. And Luceno does a great job of taking what really is kind of a bland story and injecting a lot of life into it through Tarkin, through the interactions with Vader, through interactions with the Emperor. And you really see that was the trio that was being created, that the Emperor, Vader, Tarkin were the minds that really understood what they wanted for the Empire, which is, I think, kind of important as we're going and getting closer and closer to the true downfall of the Empire and then the rise of whatever is fully in The Force Awakens. And we kind of see that they understood it, but a lot of the people around it were greedy, were just, in it for themselves and were trying to build it. So that's how you saw the Empire falling and completely kind of being crushed under itself. As I said, though, it is worth a read simply because Luceno makes it work. He is really good at bringing to life Tarkin, Vader, the Emperor, really several other minor Imperial characters. He does a good job. Where it really, really doesn't work is there's a group of early rebels that capture Tarkin's ship and they're on it, and he tries, and a lot of it try to give you who they are and kind of give it a little bit, but you really don't matter at all. You don't care about them. You don't care about any of their goings on. You just know that they exist. And that kind of hurts kind of the book because you really don't have an understanding of who Tarkin is going against. But in the whole, it's a very enjoyable read. It's not Lords of the Sith. It's not Dark Disciple. It's not, it's about on par with A New Dawn in a lot of ways. I would say it's a little better than New Dawn simply because it has a little more character to it, where New Dawn was more story driven, but it does add a little bit. Did we really need to know too much more about Tarkin? No, but it definitely is a fun, enjoyable read. And Luceno, who has been writing in the expanded universe before, he did Darth Plagueis and several other different novels, has a feel for the universe that a lot of the writers don't have. He knows when he's sitting down to write, he is writing a novel that takes place in the Star Wars universe, not a Star Wars novel. And that's where we've seen a lot of the problems in the other novels. So I would say Tarkin is definitely worth the time to read, but make sure you've read Dark Disciple and Lords of the Sith before you get to Tarkin, because they're so much better. But it's a cheap buy. It's easy to get, and so I could highly, highly recommend reading Tarkin. So what do you guys think? Have you read Tarkin? Is it as good? Is it a good one? Do you like it more than some of the other ones? Do you hate it more than the other ones? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I am Shawn Redman, aka the cheesily named Darth Shawn, and may the Force be with you always.